5 days later, Byington's father died, and he was laid to rest here at the Oakland Cemetery in Sandusky. Fearing to drive after a car accident might be cause for concern, but the time to really be alarmed is when it interferes with the quality of your life. Trina Quinta reporting. And the winter weather may call for some bundling up, but ODOT says it's also important to buckle up. After all, it's the law. Get your kicks on Route 6, where present becomes past. From the road, it looks like a 1950s Texaco station, but inside it's a car museum filled with cars from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Jeff and Bill Snook teamed up to create Snook's Dream Cars, and a team is exactly what they are.
What I liked was the driving of them. My father liked the restoration part. I liked the driving them.
All of the cars in the museum work, so Jeff Snook called his museum a living one. Even the mannequins look lively. He started collecting cars because he says he likes the way older cars drive.
My favorite car is whatever car I'm driving.
Their chief mechanic agrees with Snook. Older is better.
In the old days, you had to think to drive the car. They took your undivided attention, and that's what I like about them. You really have to operate the vehicle and not just passively go along for the ride.
And Snook sometimes likes to take his wheels out for a really fast spin. He's won many racing tournaments. He has a display of all his racing accomplishments, and if you listen closely, you can hear the sound of the engine. And Snook's Dream Cars is a fitting name. These dream cars have created his dream job.
It's like, what else would I rather be doing than hanging around my stuff, my cars, experiencing new cars all the time, just having fun with them.
He's created a living dream with his living museum, a dream most anyone can enjoy. Trina Quinta reporting. In a small town, there's a small alpaca farm, but behind this farm are big dreams. Nancy Valentassis and Barb Drager started Karabi Farms for their handicapped sons, Jason and Chris. These two women wanted a career for their sons that's hands-on. They plan to use the money they earn from the alpacas to build homes for their sons.
I'm hoping to build a home over there in the future so that he would be able to live on a farm type of setting where I don't have to worry about the traffic and the neighbors.
So they created their farm to keep a watchful eye on their sons, and they're helping other people with handicaps along the way. This is Nate. Nate volunteers his time for one reason. What's your favorite animal?
I like all of them.
You like all of them? He learns job skills, and he's come a long way. He works harder and dresses better.
I feel very successful with Nate.
He helps with everything. He fills the hay, feed, and water, and even helps with the dirty work. Valentassis says she wants to reach more people, but funds are holding them back. Until then, Nate is learning essential job skills.
Is everybody watered? Yep. Is everybody hay? Yep. Is all the poop picked up? Yep. Are we done? Yeah. Good job.
Valentassis and Drager hope the alpacas will bring them one step closer to their dream, helping their sons and creating careers for the handicapped. Trina Quinta reporting. From cornfields to football fields, from studies to shops, Bowling Green can be described in one word.
Eclectic.
Walking the streets of downtown Bowling Green, it seems to be an ordinary town with ordinary stores and ordinary people. But when you take a walking tour, Erlene Kilpatrick sees so much more.
We love a lot of our buildings in the downtown because they have two unique features. They either have the name still on the building or the date plate itself. And that shows everyone walking by this community is full of history.
The Lehman Building is just one of the buildings downtown with history. The courthouse was built in 1894, and it's one of the main attractions of Bowling Green. There are carvings all throughout the building, and each one has its own meaning. Even the clock tower has a story behind it. The hands of the clock used to be made of wood.
Birds would end up roosting and resting on the hands of the clock, and it began throwing off the time. And the clock tower did chime on the hour for individuals who, for some reason or another, did not have a clock or a watch.
So they replaced the hands with metal ones that send a light shock to warn birds to stay away. It stands 195 feet tall, so it's easy to see from almost any angle. And Bowling Green does have a history behind it, and many residents are a part of that history. They came just expecting to visit, and then stayed.
I actually met my husband on campus, and then we chose to raise a family here.
The director of the Convention and Visitors Bureau has a very similar story.
I did go to school here at the university and met my husband here.
And now both women view Bowling Green the same way.
Home. It's definitely home.
It's home with a history. Trina Quinta reporting.